10 tips for better money management. Hi there, welcome back. In today's video, we'll provide you some personal financial advice that will save you time and money in the short term, while also guiding you in achieving your long-term goal of enhancing your overall wealth. If you're living paycheck to paycheck and have nothing to show for it at the end of the month, chances are you need to improve your money management skills. Even if you don't have any financial issues, you can probably still make some improvements. This video's recommendations should equip you in doing just that. Financial literacy affects your quality of life in a variety of ways. It will improve your credit score, making you more likely to be approved for a mortgage or a substantial loan. You won't have any bills hanging over your head, and you'll have a nice, contented feeling at the end of the month when you find that you still have some money left over to save or invest. If you haven't already done so, you're missing out. So now is the time to brush up your personal financial abilities and learn 10 strategies to better manage your money. First and foremost, create a monthly budget. This is the most important piece of advice on the list, and we'll be referring to it frequently. Actually, it's a no-brainer. You undoubtedly already know you should, but just a small percentage of the population actually does. The reason for this isn't just that most individuals find going through statistics tedious. It's because looking at numbers you'll have to leave with may be unpleasant, and many people attempt to avoid it. But even if it's not fun, get this building block in place and your life will improve and all of your financial troubles will go. So, how should a personal monthly budget look? To do one, you don't need to be a math genius. A budget is a snapshot of the money coming in and going out of your account. Divide the pages of a piece of paper, or better yet, a notebook, into two. You should have money flowing in from your salary and any other sources of revenue on the left. That's the simple part. The difficult part is estimating the amount of money you plan to spend. This should include both household and lifestyle expenses. How much you plan to spend on food and other necessities, including travel expenses for your vehicle or public transportation, leisure, restaurants, entertainment, sports, trips and vacations, and items that are easy to overlook, such as money set aside for gifts for family or friends. Include any other recurring payments you must make. Insurance, subscriptions, or loan repayments are examples. Set a savings goal as well as a small but regular commitment to an emergency fund on the expenses side. The left and right sides should add up to the same number, which we'll discuss later. If your expenses exceed your income, you'll need to figure out where you can save money. If your income exceeds your expenses, you can either boost your savings goal or justify a little indulgence by increasing the bill for things like leisure or luxury, dining or shopping. However, once you've created your budget, the most important thing is that you don't file it away and forget about it. Use it to guide your spending decisions throughout the month, and make every effort not to overspend any place. Don't worry if you don't exactly make it in your first month. As long as you're close, you'll be fine. You'll get more realistic with your expected spending and over time following your first goal. If you set your mind to it, budgeting should become second nature to you. Number 2, when making major purchases, consider your budget. So, here's a common problem. You want to buy something nice, like a new laptop, a holiday, or an extravagant gift, and you've just been paid, so you know you have enough money in the bank to cover it. Don't presume you have the financial means to do so. A significant portion of the money in the bank will have to go toward basic living expenses, which should be included in your budget. Assess your budget to see if the expense can be justified in the appropriate category. If you're considering a costly vacation and your leisure budget allows it, go ahead. If it doesn't, your budget will be in the red if you pay for it at the end of the month. So what are your plans? The answer is to save up for it and budget for the amount you're saving each month. Calculate how much you can put aside each month and how long it will take you to save up. You may discover that you don't need it after all while you're saving. Keeping track of smaller spending is number 3. Small purchases creep up on us, And if we don't keep track of them, they can leave us in debt the next time we get paid. A few venti lattes here, a meal out there, a birthday present for a relative there. We often forget to factor these in, but they add up. And when people say they don't know where all their money goes, it's usually on a slew of minimal to medium purchases they forgot about. If you're having trouble keeping track of your spending, try keeping a notebook. Any small purchase you make would be covered in some portion of your budget if you keep one. You know you ought to make some adjustments if you spent your whole monthly leisure money on just 2 lunches out. Keep track of everything and you'll soon be able to understand where your money is going and how you may save money on items you don't need. Getting your debt under control is number 4, or better yet, eliminate it. But if you have debts, the first step is to get them under control. First and foremost, avoid taking on new obligations, particularly outstanding credit card bills, which have extremely high interest rates. If you're having difficulties paying them off, stop using your credit card. Second, set a timetable for all of your debt payments and stick to it. Make the bare minimum payments. But if you can afford to cover more than that, that's even better. Because the longer you wait to pay them off, the more interest you'll accrue. If you have a lot of debts, create a list of how much each one costs in interest and start paying off the ones with the highest rates first. Number 5. Maintain track of and restrict your monthly payments. It might be subscriptions that you don't need or won't use very often. It may be an inactive gym membership or in-app purchases bought with the intention of using them once and then forgetting about them, but it's been going on for more than a year. Keep in mind that subscription-based business models are becoming increasingly popular. That's because they know that if they charge a tiny monthly fee, a lot of people will sign up without even thinking about it. Small amounts add up when you have a lot of them, and they take away your monthly profits. Keep it if it's truly necessary or valuable, but try to keep your subscriptions to a minimum. Having an emergency fund is number 6. Set money away for the unexpected. You never realize when you'll need it. Unexpected car or house repairs, a piece of equipment you need to buy because something broke, unexpected medical costs you aren't insured for, or if you don't have an emergency fund, you'll be digging into other expenses for these. But if you do, you'll be covered on your budget. You could put a small amount of money into this each month and only dip into it if it's a true emergency. When unexpected expenses arise, try to justify them elsewhere in your budget. Number 7, set a monthly savings target and stick to it. So the goal is to increase your money in a separate savings account, right? Keeping money in the bank will not help you with this because bank account interest rates are near zero. Put your money to good use. Bonds, a stock portfolio, or real estate are even better possibilities, but you won't be able to acquire them without disposable income, which will come from your savings. That's why you should set a monthly savings goal and include it in your budget. You'll find that having a savings goal will motivate you to save because the prospect of having that money for investments at the end of the month and the long-term wealth they'll offer you will be more appealing than unnecessary purchases. Until you decide what kind of investment to make, put them in a savings account separate from your regular bank account. Savings accounts pay somewhat greater interests than bank accounts, although the difference is minor. The advantage is that by keeping your savings in a separate account, you're less inclined to spend it, and your money will wind up going toward what it was intended for: long-term investments. Use price comparison applications and websites at number 8. So, as we've already stated, you should be reducing your minor expenses, the ones that pile up without you even realizing it. Shopping around for the greatest price is a fantastic method to achieve this, and there are various price tracking websites and apps to assist you with this. You can use Google Shopping, shopping.com, or Amazon's Camel for online shopping. And there are various websites for food shopping. Keep in mind that they will vary slightly based on whatever country you are in. Number 9 is making use of personal finance apps. So, making a budget from scratch seems daunting, or perhaps you're not sure in your ability to organize it properly or track every purchase you make. There's no need to be discouraged because there are sources available that can help. Personal finance apps such as Mint or Money Threads, both of which are free, are ideal for the job. They'll show you all of your account balances and transactions, as well as track your spending patterns so you can see where you've gone over budget. They'll also keep track of your financial portfolio and alert you of future payments. Number 10. Always enhance your money management skills. Perhaps you consider yourself a novice when it comes to money management. Remember that every financial management genius was once a beginner, so why not invest in some personal finance courses? You may find free or reasonably priced online personal finance classes that provide in-depth advice on how to spend less and save more. Better manage your money and invest it. We've reached the end of our list. We'd love to hear which of these money management techniques you think you'll find the most useful. And if you have any suggestions to add to the list, please let us know in the comments. And thank you for sticking with us all the way to the end. Here's your reward. Build financial discipline gradually, and it will come naturally after a while. If you believe you'll never be able to accomplish the level of financial discipline we've discussed, remember, there are a lot of individuals in your shoes. Begin with creating a budget, and then force yourself to complete all of the stages. You may find it difficult at first, but stick with it and it will become a second nature to you. You'll soon notice that you have fewer money-related headaches, and you'll see that you have more money left at the end of the month. Before you know it, you'll be motivated to follow the steps and you won't need to push yourself to do them. By then, you'll have mastered personal finance discipline and become a natural money manager. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss another one. Thank you for your support, and we hope to see you again next time.